So you've probably been around people and they've been doing the coughing, the sneezing, a lot of crud going around. We have Dr. Darren Waters here from Greater Mobile Urgent Care, which is right off Schillinger Road. And we are going to be talking about some of this stuff. And it seems like so many people are sick right now. So in your clinic, in your office, what are you seeing most of as far as ailments go? What are people coming in complaining about?
Well, we have 3 offices, and it seems like we're still seeing, quite a bit of flu, but right now it's been a big change. We're seeing a lot of nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, what you call gastroenteritis. We're seeing a whole lot of that, especially in kids. Still seeing flu. Certainly has slowed down from a few weeks prior, and we're seeing quite a bit of strep throat as well.
Okay, so these flu-like symptoms, not really the flu, but it kind of seems like the same thing. It seems like it might be coming on. What are you looking for in those 3 ailments that you just mentioned?
Well, the big things with the gastroenteritis, it's a lot of nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal cramping. Usually lasts for about a day or 2. People are pretty miserable. They can't eat or drink. They're throwing up a lot. Fortunately, it goes away pretty quick, but it's very, very contagious. It'll go through a whole household in a matter of about 2 days. That's one thing. With flu, it's the typical aching all over, fever, cough, congestion, feeling like I think I hear mostly that a train hit them. That's the big one with that. And then strep throat is fever, headache, and sore throat.
Now, nationally, the number of flu cases just continues to increase. What about here locally? What's going on here?
It's been a strange season. We started, seems like right after Thanksgiving, and we peaked really early. And we're starting to see a slowdown at our clinics. We had a lot of influenza A. In fact, this was the busiest season I've had in about 10 years treating the flu. But it's also seems like it's slowing down sooner than it has in the past. Now, we were seeing a lot of influenza A. Now we're seeing more influenza B, but not as many cases. So things can change. It can peak again. Let's hope not, but that's a possibility.
Absolutely. Now, of course, main thing is to try to keep yourself healthy. So give us a few ways that we can do that. Try to keep that flu away.
The biggest thing, and I hate even saying it because you hear it all the time, but it's true, is wash your hands. I mean, just wash, and wash your hands. Hand sanitizers. When you're sick, please stay home. When someone has the flu, I'll give them a week off work because I do not want them going to a company and spreading it around that whole entire company.
Right.
So stay home. That's the biggest thing. And we tend to see it when you get these family gatherings and people come from out of town and people are coughing on each other. So stay home. Don't cough on somebody. Don't share, secretions with people, especially with the nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. And wash your hands constantly. And by all means, you still can get vaccinated against the flu as well.
And when you start to see those symptoms, whether it's going to be the full-blown flu or one of the other things that you mentioned, how soon should you get to a doctor?
Well, with the flu, it's a time-sensitive issue. You have basically 48 hours before you can start the antiviral drugs. Now, everybody doesn't need to be on them, and some people can just ride it out, just stay home, drink plenty of fluids, Tylenol, Motrin. But if you feel really, really bad, it helps to go ahead and come on in as soon as possible so we can start treatment as soon as possible.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here with us this morning. Some good tips.